Hi, I'm Margaret, and this is Structure's class, and welcome. I'm pretty excited about this class because this term we are going to learn some basic concepts about engineering, and we're going to learn some basic vocabulary, and we're going to do that without having to do a bunch of heavy-duty math. We're going to do some sort of math, but no calculus or anything like that, just some light-duty stuff that I will step you through. And when you get to the end of the term, you're going to be familiar with what all this is about, which is pretty cool. So let's just take a quick tour of the area here. When you open your Moodle class, this is what it's going to look like. And you may be familiar with the way these setups are already. Down along the right-hand side of the screen, there are some useful resources, including what to do if you're having computer trouble and you need the help desk. There's a calendar. Up at the top is my email address so we can stay in touch. Over on the left side, there's this thing IT people like to call the hamburger, the menu stack. And if you want to see this stuff, you click the hamburger. If you don't want to see the stuff, you click the hamburger again, and it's an on-off thing. All right, so it says here, start here. Let us do that. Let's just work our way down here. And here at the top is some general information about the class. So let's look at our syllabus and our syllabus schedule. First, the syllabus. That's this thing here. I've already got mine open. Looks like this. This is a Word document. And let's go through some of the high points. First of all, it says required text, but that's not really true. The text is not really required. I say required so that if you have financial aid and they need it to be required so they pay for it, then there you go. But I am going to give you everything you need for this class without needing the book. And I will take material from the book. You'll see it showing up in our lectures, and I'll take material from other sources as well. You'll have everything you need, so do not worry if you don't have the book. You also want some way of backing up your drawings. I said flash drive, but it could be whatever you like to use, the cloud or something else, because we will do some diagrams. They're not really drawings. We'll just draw some arrows with arrowheads on them. That's all. So you want a way to back that up. And you need a calculator. It can be a simple calculator, but it needs to be what's called a scientific calculator because you want the one that has trig functions, you know, sine, cosine, tangent. I think those kinds of calculators, if I remember right, in the bookstore, they might be $30. Don't quote me, I might be wrong. Let's see. And then going through the syllabus, here are just policies about how we do the grading. And you should read through this so that you understand it. But one thing you will notice here is that we don't have due dates. You have to have everything done by the end of the term, but other than that, you can work at your own speed. You can get everything done right away and be done with it, or you can just do 1 week at a time. I don't recommend waiting until the last week. That's a recipe for sinking like a rock, so don't do that. Try to keep up week by week. There are exams, but honestly, they're just little short quizzes like all the other quizzes, and they're open book, and they're not timed, and you can try them more than once. Let's see. On page 4, I want to point out here, here's a contact for your advisor, who should be your new best friend. You should see Cheryl at least once a term just to make sure you're staying on track. And then I also want to call your attention to the Center for Accessible Resources under this block that says Students with Disabilities. Now, you might have a documented disability, in which case you can go through them and get various accommodations. But I understand that there are a lot of learning differences that are not diagnosed and documented. I just want to say, whatever differences you have, I am here to help you get the best education you possibly can, whatever that means. So just reach out to me, send me an email, or we can Zoom, and let me know how I can help you. I'm here to help you. All right, so that's the syllabus. Let's look at the syllabus schedule, which I like to put on an Excel spreadsheet. I just find that handy. And here are the weeks and the dates, and then the topics we'll be covering, and then what the assignments are. Most of them are quizzes, a few of them are drawings. Now, when you look at these topics, you might or might not be familiar with all these words. You're probably not. And so I just want to say, by the time you get to the end of the term, you're going to know what all this stuff is, and you're going to be able to discuss it intelligently with engineers and coworkers. So make a mental note to yourself. Remember what you feel like right now as you're looking at those words, and you might feel kind of overwhelmed and you don't know what that is. Just remember that, and when we get to the end of the term, 10 or 11 weeks from now, look back and see, what did you feel like back then? What do you feel like now that you know all these things? It's going to be cool. All right, what else do I want to say about the quizzes? Well, I just want to say that with all these quizzes, I am going to step you through the process and the questions one step at a time. So I am here walking with you. All right, I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. What else do I want to say? We will make a few CAD diagrams with arrows, and so here is a title block that you can use. It looks like this. Oh, stop it. It's just a real simple title block, and really the only good thing there is I have some layers set up for you, and I have a title block so you can just fill in your name. Not anything fancy there. Okay, now in every Moodle class, you will have these forums, or fora. Fora is the Latin. And there are three kinds of fora. One of them here, the introduction forum, is actually your first assignment. So we'll look at that in just a second. Well, yeah, let's look at it now. What the heck? This is your first assignment, and it just says, introduce yourself, say something about whatever you want to say something about. Here's an example of what I would say. And post that, and do that this first week of the term by midnight on Sunday. And that's so we know that, yes, you really did intend to register for this class, and you really are going to take the class. If we don't hear from you, the college will assume that maybe you didn't really mean to register, and they will drop you automatically so that you don't get billed for the class. So make sure that you do those. All right. Here is news and announcements. That's me talking to you. So I'll post announcements there from time to time. Q&A, that's you talking to me and to each other. Anytime you're confused about something or have questions about anything, please, I encourage you to post something here. You might feel embarrassed and think, oh, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. You're just the one who's brave enough to speak up first. I guarantee you that other people are wondering about what you're wondering about. So somebody should post that, and then we can talk about it. All right, let's see. let's work our way down through the class here. All the weeks are numbered and each one has an arrow next to it. You can drop down that arrow. Here is week 1. So here at the top of week 1, there's our first assignment, that introduction forum that we just looked at. Then here are some topics that we're going to talk about in this forum. Here's the first one, and these match. Let me pull up the schedule. Here's our schedule, Introduction, Geometry, and Force. Okay, Introduction, Geometry, and Force. That's what we're talking about this first week. This little doodad here is what Moodle calls a page, and if you click on that page, it will open, and here is a link to some PowerPoint slides. I encourage you to download these PowerPoints to your computer so that you can refer to them whenever you want to. And then here is a video on YouTube of me talking about those slides. So you can do this in whatever order you want. Look at the slides and then the video, look at the video and then the slides, do one or the other, right? Then here, under geometry, there's some stuff about geometry, and here's a quiz. That check mark means that's a quiz. And you can answer the questions, and if you get them wrong, you can go back and try them again. You can keep trying till you get them right, to be honest. Let's see. And what else do I want to say about this? Oh, there's a handout here. I marked that optional. You don't have to really do anything with that. It's just about engineering units in case you want to look at that. So I have put our entire term into this Moodle class. So you can open any week you want to and start looking at the lectures, doing the quizzes, doing the drawings if there are any. You can blast through this as fast or as slowly as you want. And look here in week 10, where are we? Woohoo! There's the final exam quiz. Right there in week 10, you don't have to wait for finals week. And it's just a plain quiz. So you can use, there's no time limit. You can use whatever notes you want. You can do the questions over again. Let me show you one more thing before we wrap this up. Under general information, here's this video that says how to find and use Google Shared Drive. And that is how to get to here, a Google Shared Drive, where I have put all of the contents of all of our drafting courses. They are here for you. After the term ends, you will not be able to get to the Moodle class anymore, but you will have permanent access to this Google Drive as long as you still have that email address. And if you don't have that email address, send me a note and I'll sign you up. So, for example, here under drafting courses, here is the structures class. Here again are the syllabus and the syllabus schedule. If I click this down arrow, there are our assignments and our lectures. And under the lectures, here are the links to the YouTube videos. So after the term is done and you come back to look at this stuff, here's how you can get to the YouTube videos. So there you are. And then here are all the PowerPoints, by the way. So there you are. I really hope you like this class. And I'm really looking forward to the end of the term when you can speak in an educated way with engineers and fellow designers about all these nice engineering concepts.